Ziko ngapi? Hebu andike mahali. Cooperative principles. Ziko ngapi? Ziko. Number of shares you have, all of you have one vote. Then principle number 3. Inaitwa member economic participation. That means if you're a member of a cooperative, you must do what? So nimeweza na principle, there are 7. Values, there are actually 10. But I normally split them in 2. There is cooperative values and there's ethical beliefs.
Stage is planning, figuring out a business plan, figuring out a plan to reach out to your customers, really understanding what makes this a worker cooperative business work for the members. So how many of you would say that you're in the forming stage in your co-op? You're just really building your group, you're getting to know each other, and you're at that very first stage of development. Is there anybody that's doesn't even know if you want to actually start a co-op, make it a cooperative, but you're joining together as a group? Is there anybody at that stage here? Further along. So how many of you are in the stage of figuring out your business idea? You're putting together a business plan, you're thinking about how do you make your product better or sell your services, or figuring out who your customers are. How many of you are engaged with doing that part? Yeah, the artists group, figuring that part out, business plan. The next stage is structuring your cooperative. So coming up with the bylaws, figuring out how to make decisions together, figuring out how you will hold your meetings, like figuring out the cooperative part of it. So you already have formed your group, you've already done some business planning, and you're in the stage of figuring out your bylaws. How many of you are in that stage? Okay, the next stage is registering, right? So you register your cooperative officially, right? You work with a cooperative officer to be registered as a cooperative. How many of you have done that part?
We are there.
The good work that is happening here, we can see learning is taking place, and you are not only learning, you are relearning, you are learning. So sometimes we learned the wrong things, and this is the place to correct them as you unlearn those things and now learn the correct things. Yes, and there are some things which we may not have learned, and therefore you get the opportunity to learn them. Others which we had forgotten, we are able to relearn them. And I want to appreciate the team that is here, that is doing the facilitation. They are doing a great job. Some of these gentlemen are from our university, and they can take you through the other programs as Professor Oboka has mentioned. So I'm sure you have our banner somewhere. You should also display it here so that they can also see the various programs that are available, so that those who have interest in being able to undertake these programs can be able to join them. We offer them in the various modes. For those who are available, they are able to come there for the face-to-face programs.
I'm a statistician. Mathematics, eh?
Yes.
Mathematics. So we don't know about that, or you're telling us something we don't know about you?
Something you don't know about me, I'm a member of the art collective, I'm a visual artist.
Ah, visual artist.
An automotive engineer.
Engineers in this house. Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Beres Njuguna. I make cartoons.
Wow.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Mugo Alex, a Royal Arts member. I'm a filmmaker. One thing you don't know about me, I'm a Christian.
I'm Jambo. Jambo.
My name is Murage Washira, Mount Kenya Guides and Porter Safari Worker Cooperative. Something that you don't know about me, I'm not a womanizer.
My name is Frank Washira. I come from Mount Kenya Guides and Porters Safari Waka Cooperative. I'm a hiker. Work in Mount Kenya. I ride frequently. Wow. Wow. Hatujambo. The next table, very fast.
Monica Washira is my name. 2 left feet, but I love dancing.
Thank you.
About me? Naweza pika mishivele.
Now there's someone with us. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Gary Titus from Nyeri County. One thing you don't know about me is that I'm a lab tech. Wow.
I think you know everything about me. I'm Mugambi. I'm a foodie and a interior designer. Something you don't know, I'm a polyboarder.
Interior design. Interior designs.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm Shanjogona. I'm a member of building and construction here.
Something you don't know about you want us to know?
I'm a painter.
Thank
for the expert.
Simon Gitahi Moreidi, alias GS Moreidi. I work in building construction. If you go to YouTube, you look for a song known as Tamaduni by GS Moreidi. And the
auditor from the county government of Nyeri. What you don't know about me is I'm a Manchester United fan.
I'm Wahome Peter from the Bosse Tour Guide, aka Muhote.
Explain what Muhote in English is. I know that's a direct translation.
A defeated person.
Sorry?
A defeated person.
A defeated person. Oh, mtu ameshindwa. Hey, okay.
I'm Jane Duke from the Border Tour Guides. One thing you don't know about me, I'm a community health promoter.
From the Border Tour Guides, something that you don't know about me, I'm a retired matatu operator.
So a cultural officer, county government. Something you don't know about me, I am an aspiring powerlifter.
Powerlifter. Hey, the English. The powerlifters. Oh, kuna moja. Oh, anajificha. Hi.
My name is Sailor Sokola. I work for Global Communities as Support Services Officer. What you don't know about me, I'm a mechanic.
Mechanic.
Hi everyone. My name is Mike Kitngeno. One thing that you don't know about me, I'm a tea placker.
Good
morning.
Morning.
I am Tindi Sitati. One thing you don't know about me is I'm a sugarcane and maize farmer.
Wow.
Good morning. My name's Rebecca Bowen. I'm from Democracy at Work Institute. Let's see, one thing you don't know about me is I'm a painter, sculptor, and storyteller. And you can look up my work by looking at my name, RebeccaBowen.org.
I know you want to go and look for it now, but wait.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Daniel Langat. I work for the Cooperative University of Kenya as a lecturer in marketing. One thing that you don't know about me is that I've never been to Mount Kenya, so sijaguza mlima.
Thank you. Morning.
Yeah, my name is Moses Gui. One thing you don't know about me, I work for the Cooperative University of Kenya. One thing you don't know about me is that I almost became a priest.
You almost?
Yeah.
Yes, good morning everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Mary Mbogwa. and I work at a cooperative university. One thing you don't know about me is, one, I'm very passionate about cooperatives, and I attempted chicken farming, so I'm still aspiring.
So that table is full of
project, which is funded by USAID. The program is implemented in 2 countries, that's Kenya and Guatemala. Mission, Global Community's mission, as you can see, is to bring together local ingenuity and global insights to save lives, advance equity, and secure strong futures. We achieve this mission in collaboration with a wide range of public and private sectors partners, including communities directly affected by poverty, disaster, and conflicts. So basically, globally, Global Communities does different programs in health and other sectors. So coming home, Clear Plus program. Basically, the Clear Plus program is a scale-up of a program that has been in existence from 2018 to 2024 October, which was called Clear. So the scale up for the program is just an addition of Clear Plus program. The reason for this is we wanted to basically maintain what we were doing. And so the target sectors we are looking at is the service sectors or the worker cooperatives. Exactly what we are targeting is to scale the worker cooperative model, engaging more youth, and scaling also the policy intervention. So basically the structure of our Clear Plus program is structured in 3 main objectives. The first objective is improved enabling environment for worker cooperatives by strengthening public awareness and understanding of worker cooperative business model. Basically what this means is supporting the enabling environment for worker cooperatives. So what we do basically is working closely with both the national government and the county government to support in coming up with legislation for an enabling environment for worker cooperatives. And I believe also we do know that corporate, as per the Kenya Constitution 2010, we all know that cooperative is a devolved function, right? Sindio? Yes. Yeah, so basically that's what we do as a program, to be able to support policies and legal frameworks for cooperatives, especially worker cooperatives. The second objective is strengthen worker cooperative capacity by supporting early stage development of worker cooperatives and facilitating improved access to services through local business service providers and cooperative developers. So basically we are here today because of the second objective of the program. In summary, the cooperative development objective of the program, supporting the early stage development. And we do not work by ourselves, but we do also collaborate with the county government, the national government, that's the line Ministry of Cooperatives and MSMEs. At the county level, we work with the county cooperative departments, as you can see in our midst today, led by Mr. Theory, the Nyeri County Cooperative Director, and that aspect we collaborate closely. And also, most importantly, the business service providers and other stakeholders in the movement. For instance, Cooperative University of Kenya being one of our key partners locally as a local training partner for this particular engagement. So basically that's the second objective of the program, and that's where myself I'm working under that second objective. The third objective is learning and applied in the development community through the CLA approach, that's collaboration, learning, and adaptation. That sits with Tindi, ensuring that we are able to adapt the collaboration, learn how we can be able to collaborate, what are some of the lessons we're able to pick, and how can we adapt to some of those
400 or 500 worker cooperatives in the whole country. And so our efforts are to create a lot more than just 300 or 400 or 500. In Kenya, there are currently about 15 worker cooperatives, and what we're hoping to do is expand the number of worker cooperatives so it becomes a regular and normal and understood way of people organizing their work. We also do research. We do research on the state of the sector of worker cooperatives, and then we're the primary researcher and provider of information about the worker cooperative sector. And our focus really is on people most impacted by economic inequality. We work a lot with women, we work a lot with youth, and other people who are wanting to find better ways to work and to work together. So that's our organization. We have about 20 staff people in the US, and this work in Kenya, and now we're working in partnership with global communities to work in Guatemala as well. So it's really exciting to get to do this work internationally. We were founded by the US Federation of Worker Cooperatives, which is the trade association for worker co-ops in the US. So the focus of the Federation is to grow membership, to advocate for policies that support worker cooperatives, to do member training, and to really support the movement of worker cooperatives in solidarity with other movements for climate justice, for immigrant rights, and other movements that we're affiliated with. So I understand there's a forming federation of worker cooperatives in Kenya as well, that's started by 5 of the existing worker co-ops. So as you're thinking about starting, launching, and growing your own worker cooperative, you can think about also federating with others in your sector. There are a few fundi co-ops, there are a few artist co-ops, as well as with the sector in general. So that's it for me. I think I'll turn it over to the faculty to introduce themselves. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Langat. Daniel Langat comes from Bomet County and teaches at the Cooperative University of Kenya. My area of we work in the same department, the School of Cooperatives and Community Development. My area of specialization is marketing. I've studied marketing all through from very low level, diploma, degree, masters, mpaka nikakuwa daktari in marketing. So my area of specialization is marketing. I am an alumni of Worker Cooperative. I was also a student. I sat like you sometime to learn about Worker Cooperative model.
As I stated earlier, my name is Mary Mbogwa, and I'm one of the lecturers at the same school, that is the School of Cooperatives and Community Development. Other than that, my area of expertise is cooperative management and finance. Yeah? So I think I should have said this when I was introducing myself. I'm also an alumni of the Cooperative University. That's where I did my bachelor's, then joined now the faculty. And what I'll be facilitating is issues or matters to do with finance. Yeah? So we'll be looking at a module called member compensation. Yeah? Basically to determine how much do you actually pay your members, when do you add a new member. There's a unique concept we'll learn about. More is not always best.
Yeah, diaspora is I said in my remarks, our role will be not only for today, but our core mandate is to ensure that we are able to guide cooperatives from when you are thinking about whether you are a group and you would want to become a cooperative. We will guide you to understand how cooperatives work. We will train you, help you register, and then work with you from there until you are able to operate as a real cooperative. And from there, hatutaachana, sindio? Because we are not starting, ndio, iishe. So we will always work with you in all the activities to ensure that you are able to follow the laws and the rules that govern cooperatives. Meaning that's our role. And maybe now, Mine, I'm in charge of the Nyeri County Government Cooperative Directorate. They can now tell us their specific role. Yes.
Kwa majina tena ni Lincoln. I'm a cooperative auditor. I'll be mostly ni kuangalia compliance, bookkeeping, the financial elements, the cooperatives.
Monica Washira, director ashasema kazi yetu yote. But mainly we've been interacting with you. Key role is to promote cooperatives. So tutawapromote, tuwashikilie mpaka msimame on your feet. Asanteni.
Thank you.
And my name is Mary. Mimi ni yule wa diaspora. We are the team from Nairobi, cooperative officer. We advocate and also promote cooperatives.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. I am Justin Mondia. I'm a trade officer at the county government of Nyeri. And as a trade officer, we also help to make sure that the cooperatives are compliant with the regulations. We also come in to promote their programs, to promote their projects, and any other work that the director requests us for the guidance and for the success of the cooperatives. We will come in and chip in and make sure you achieve your goals. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. My name is Wilson Mahome, tourism officer. We work in the same department. It's have all those directorates. I'm the directorate of tourism. And the good thing is we have one cooperative in tourism and also in art. So I'll be a link person to do the same in the cooperative directorate.
Thank you. Good morning once again. My name is Morris. I'm a cooperative auditor. So when it comes to finances, your side.
Yes, I'm Jabo. Yes, I'm Steve Morgi. In the county government of Nyeri, I'm a cooperative officer. This is county 019. Yes, I think our roles have been well explained by the director to ensure that we start with our cooperative, we hold their heart, and ensure their sustainability. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. Lastly,
as I said, my name is Alexander Karenga. I'm a cooperative officer. We had to cross over to this county, of which at least it's good. Yeah, so our work is to from registration all the way to guiding the cooperatives, that is promoting the growth of each and every cooperative, not only the worker, but also other cooperatives. And actually we are on the verge.
Owned and controlled by workers are characterized by three main points there. So when we talk about ownership, as a member, you're able to invest in the cooperatives. And when it comes to control, the decision making is by the members themselves. And the benefit accrued to the members in form of wages where they're able to get that. So basically, in a nutshell, the three components of our worker cooperatives are being businesses owned and controlled by workers, characterized by the three main aspects there of ownership, control, and benefit. For ownership, I mentioned that as a member, you are able to invest into the cooperative, and in return, you are able to get shares, right? For those who are members of the cooperative, we subscribe to shares, indio? Yeah, so for that, you invest and you're able to get shares from that. When we talk about control, where decision making is done by members. And for cooperatives, we talk about one member. One member? One vote. One member, one vote. So basically meaning that when we are making resolutions through voting is that one member has one vote. And the benefit accrues for that in form of wages. Worker cooperatives in Kenya. Currently, you can see the number there that we have more than 11 worker cooperatives in Kenya, and the numbers are growing, spanning across different sectors. talk about tourism, building and construction, solar and renewable energy, talk about any sectors that you can think about. In the service sectors, you can think about cleaning, Alpha Prime being one of them. Performing arts, we have royal arts. So you can think of any sector, mechanical, engineering, any service sector you can think about. And so the number is small but growing in Kenya. So quickly, let's look at worker cooperatives in Kenya. Some of the examples were Mount Kenya Guides and Porters Safari Worker Cooperatives, based here in Nyeri, offering climbing services to Mount Kenya. We have Chipukizi Voice of Drama, domicile in Nairobi at the Cooperative University of Kenya, a group of artists providing edutainment, education through entertainment. Women in Sustainable Energy, this is a group of women engineers and technicians whom they have come together to provide solutions in solar and renewable energy. So these are just a few examples of cooperatives here in Kenya, including the new that are coming up. And also you've heard that one of the oldest cooperative we have in the house today is Wananchi Construction Cooperative that was registered in 1977, right? And at some point, I know it had went dormant, and now we are at that phase. We are reviving it, and now being able to see how we could integrate new membership into that. So you can see, this concept used to exist, but now we want to make it more vibrant, bring on board new ideas, and even use this particular model as a solution to unemployment currently we're facing as a country. So basically, that's it in terms of
is really to support you in those first 3 parts. Maybe you're already operating, but your group isn't really solid as a group of people. You haven't figured out really how to communicate well with each other or make decisions together, and that's okay. So the idea of the incubator is to really help groups like yours figure out their early stages of development. So forming the group, finalizing the structure and the plan in order to be able to register and launch. And I said at the beginning, and I don't have a visual for it, but it is never neat and tidy. It's never a simple series of steps. It's really much messier. You might form your group and then some people leave, and you have to bring in new people and figure out how to engage them, right? You might figure out your business plan, and then some competitor comes in and takes your business idea, and you have to figure out how are you going to be more competitive and make some adjustments. So what we'll be doing in the incubator, these 2 days and then in a few weeks, is really support you in those 3 stages. And we like to think about what happens in the incubator in terms of this series of 3 circles, right? So in the center circle, it's about the cooperative nature of your group. So it's really focusing on helping you run good meetings with each other and build some skills in what do you do when you come together and how do you meet so it feels like you're getting something done and you're also getting to know each other and building the group. It's also about making decisions and being really clear about who makes what decisions. What are the decisions of the board? What are the decisions of all the members? What are the decisions that management can make? And then what do you do in communication? How do you give feedback to each other? If you're noticing someone is not doing something you think they should do, how do you talk with them in a way they can hear? Or when you receive feedback, how do you listen in a way that helps you learn and grow? So we really focus on those skills of communication, the skills of meeting, holding good meetings, skills in decision making. And then we go to the next circle out, which is the business. and really supporting you to think, as Dr. Daniel was saying, about your marketing strategy. How are you reaching your customers? Your financial projections, your budget, right? Learning how to think about how to budget and how to grow and what your plan is for that. And then in terms of the outer orange circle, it's also thinking about what's happening in the outer environment, the enabling environment, the ecosystem in Nyeri and Nairobi, even broader. What are the policies in your county or in this country that will support you and your worker cooperative? How do you educate the broader community about what a worker cooperative is and why they should buy your products or your services? So there's all those 3 levels of activities that every cooperative should be doing something that builds the capacity in those 3 areas. It doesn't mean that one person does all of those things. It's probably not possible for one person to have skills in all those areas. But what you want to think about is who in the cooperative is really good at educating the public about the worker cooperative or about your business. Like, who has those skills to do that?
The first 3 modules. Is that okay? Okay. And those who want to take photos, you can take a photo of the modules, and now you know what you'll be covering at the end of the day. So we have a total of 12 modules which we are going to cover. Now, today we will do module 1 and module 2. Yes. So we'll do module 1 and module 2 today. Then tomorrow we do which module? Gender inclusion. That's what we'll do tomorrow. Now, in November, we'll now continue with module 4 all the way to...
Excite. Now my question is, this certificate does apply now kazi next year?
But you can, a certified certificate comes from a university, you can use it to even beef up even your CV on the trainings which you've attended or conference.
You come to this training, that is for next time and for today, please be telling us toilet ziko wapi, nini, those are
We apologize for that.
Your left? Yeah.
At the restaurant.
You can just ask where the restaurant is, that's where lunch is. There are different groups, so for this particular group, iko kwa restaurant. Opposite hapa ukisimama hapo unaiona tu directly.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time they danced. So kindly, please do what that guy is doing. Kindly. Now maybe usigonge mtu tafadhali.
D is democracy. Then there is Kopale Chini, sindio? That is a conventional company or corporation. That is the structure of a conventional.
In every organization, you have to be guided by the principles and values.
Wow.
How many are there? Okay, principles. Yeah, 7. We have learned about 6 values. Yes.
Haya, power to vikapu. Vikapu, sio vikapu. Umesoma. Haya shida. One thing.
One thing nimesoma, the difference between worker cooperative, circle, and agriculture cooperative.
What is it?
The difference between the circle, they give credits in form of money. The agriculture, they give products. In worker cooperative, they give the labor. A question:
Yes.
in the worker cooperative, can the workers be the board members?
Yes, they are still the board members. Simona kwa hii structure. Angalia hapa. Naona hapa au ndo kila kitu.
Okay, sasa iwaka cooperatives tunajua tunapatiana labor kama shares. Yaani tunapatiana labor money.
Yes.
Ndio. So kwa kazi kila skill si the same. Sasa ikifika kwa kupatiana money, skill itaenda ndio itakuwa shares yako, ile money tuna make ile skill yenye uko nayo ndio kama sijui kama unaelewa
narada
kama skill yako ndio kama itafanya pesa yako ikuwe higher compared na msemo mwingine. Hiyo ndio swali yangu. Sasa pia wewe ulikuwa na swali.
Wako na swali? This question, yes.
Yangu ni simple. Mine is after the board, can we have a CEO who reports to the board, then the managers? Is it possible, Ama?
Can you have a what?
As in the shareholders, then the board. So after the board, can we have a CEO who reports to the board, like when Safaricom works? It has a Pitandego.
Yeah, it generally used interchangeably. Unaweza kuwa na manager ama CEO. Yeah, it is the same thing. So of course accountability, the manager is supposed to account to the board. Then the board accounts to the shareholders. So accountability goes like that.
Hakika hiyo kuna values, and there are ethical values and now the values themselves. Cooperative values, yes. And they are short formed to ethical values ni KOSH. Alafu kuna hiyo ingine ni
Seeds for solidarity. Who said ingine? Haya, you can be seated. Into transparency. Unaona hii?
So this is how it should be, and this is what Daktari wanted you to do.
Now, are we ready to practice? Yeah? Yes. Menyita. Ama mjanyita. Now, kama tumenyita, then we have to combine our effort. Now we'll share. After every session, we'll be sharing the slides. So sile umeenda umerelax, unaweza pitia. Ndio tukifanya recap kesho, uwe na ideas tutasema, si ndio? Yeah, so this is the assignment. So for each of the 9 blocks, you write at least 5 ideas. So that means to the
because I was in class and I was learning. Siwezi kosa kitu nimesoma, si ndio? So to me, as we go through the 9 blocks, the building blocks, I've learned a lot. And in business, having all those things in one paper can help you do so much, because you're analyzing from the customer to the sources of income to the revenue.
We have learned about 4 corner post of worker cooperative. One, you have money; the other, you have information; then people and power. Yes. That's it.
Okay. They are so brief, eh? Boy. How many cornerstones did he talk about? Name them.
We have money, we have information, we have power, and we have people.
Come up again.
We have money, we have
louder.
We have money, we have information, we have power, and we have people.
Thank you. Please share with us. Or you can even ask any other member of the group to help. Yeah? So that's the group work, right? The group activity, group effort. Oh, actually. So actually, there you go. The baton has been passed to you.
Okay, what we have learned of the workers, that is the early stages, the form, plan, and structure.
Okay. So they form.
Then they plan.
Then they plan.
And
then the structure of how the governance should look.
Or how the governance should look like. That's what they have learned. Are you in concurrence with that? The team members of building and construction, are you in concurrence with that? Yeah. Okay, they have accepted. There you go. Thank you.
Distributors mentioned the early stages of forming. One talked about planning. Forming. Is mentioned form, plan, and the structure.
Wow, thank you. I think you are attentive. And now, from this group, what have you learned?
The 4 cornerstones of workers' cooperative.
That was it. Whoever said that, can you take back your, can you just stand and say, I'm the one who said that? Who has to say? I think he was outside. No, there has to be something else that. Oh yeah, there's an assistant here.
I learned that global communities, I noted that they're in the mission. It was something that I'm interested in, and that's one thing I learned, that in their mission they have something to save life. And because in the sector that I work in and the cooperative that I'm envisioning to go on with involves matters of health. So that's one thing I learned, and I'm very happy because at least I'll have someone to call out for the global communities. That means we'll work together with them.
Wow, thank you. So, connection. So now he has connected with global communities and they'll be working along together. So Tindi and Mike, over to you. So now I go back to the last table. Who wants to represent the team? One for the team.
They started forming worker cooperatives in the 1940s. So they have 60, 80 years to be building thousands of co-ops. So patience, but still thinking about scale. I can tell you're competitive. So you want to build a lot of worker co-ops. You probably can do it faster. Yeah.
So
you're motivated.
The challenge you should be. But before that, I mean, what? Factorio, we do a factorio for them, right? Yes. These are big team, right? Majenzi wanasema lazima. So we do a 5 factorio for that big team. So we do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Hiyo yote ni yenu. Hiyo yote inakuja kwa hiyo. Chukueni, pokeeni. It's all yours. So now, it means now, at this point in time, I think, or rather, we would comfortably say that we all are hoping is that tomorrow in the morning, when we'll be doing the wake up. Oh, we have a question, okay. Directed to us or to the time? Okay. Na hii meza hii.
Ile kitu tunashangaa nayo, hii cooperative. Unajua Kenya wote kwa cooperative. Alafu mnaona vile Zakayo anafanya. Inatushangaza, tunakuaga kama tuko 50-50, tutoe tusitoe. Sababu inaweza kuwa kwa kikapu moja.
Mtupia kikapu. Zawadi kikapu.
Tunaweza weka hii pesa kwa kikapu moja iende. Kama vile tuliweka kwa hii Citizen 15 billion imeenda. So hiyo at least hiyo ilindwe kabisa. Security maximum security kwa hiyo pesa.
So maximum security.
Yes.
So should I pose that question to someone, or that concern?
Yeah, wanasema unaweza pesa kwa kikapu usikie mambo imefolewa na Zakayo, si ndio? So you're not supposed to be worried about this because these are things the government need to get revenue, si ndio? Lakini wanafaa angalie njia nzuri mwafaka ya kupatia revenue. But at the end of the day now, the cooperative business model cannot just go down the drain. I think it is the only model that has been tried and tested. Hata wakijaribu namna gani, you see cooperative, hata Monica anajua, the taxation that normally pay is very kidogo. And I know Mike is trying to organize some session for taxation, and I know you're going to benefit from that as we go into the future in the incubator model. Thank you. The cooperative.
So again, in terms of, is it for revenue?
Yeah, your taxation is based on the revenues, not even revenue, it's profit. So unachukua revenue. Actually, in cooperative like SACCOs, they normally pay tax kidogo sana because hata hii interest wanalipiaga members, interest on deposit is normally charged as a what? Wanaitoa huko juu. So ile pesa inabaki hapa kidogo, inakuwa tu pesa kidogo. So at the end of the day, that is a benefit of what all the other, like the banks. You see the banks wanaona wivu kwa SACCO because your interest wanalipaga, interest on member deposit is normally expensed pale juu. So hii kitu inabaki inakuwa tu kidogo inalipwa kwa serikali. But now they're trying to see how they can now remove this, on the deposit. Hiyo inakuwa, when the bottom line is too big, the government is able to get more. But that is something that we cannot accept as cooperators.
Where do we put that money? In your cooperative account. Who are the signatories? Si ni nyinyi tu. So unless nyinyi wenyewe mporane, the government cannot come and take your money from the shares report. Na kwa waka cooperative, see we keep the share capital. Share capital is not refundable.
So what Monica is saying is that at the end of the day, we need to be vice chair. Those are the signatories. So if you choose, if you elect someone who is not transparent, honest, doesn't have integrity, it means at any given point in time, you might have one corrupt person, let me call it one corrupt person, who can end up corrupting all the other members. So in the long run, the government is not the one who will take your money. It will be taken by someone or a man or even the board members themselves, because they are the ones that are the members too. So you see, it's all about integrity. It's all about you having your own policies and having to understand now the fact that it's members' money. So the moment now you start squandering or misusing that members' money, in the long run, you as the board will be answerable to the members. So and there's nothing as bad as seeing members now holding those Matawi, Solidarity Forever, and they are coming to you, and probably they are coming to your house. There's nothing as bad as that. So I think the most important thing is us now understanding that we have been given those positions of leadership, and we need to exercise a lot of caution and ensure that we protect members' money from any misuse or any mismanagement. Correct? What's happening? Okay. Now my question.
Understand that because your money can never be taken to your account, and even deducting from M-Pesa unless a deed, not a government.
The public can also participate in paying back that money. We need that money as is the government. We need that money as is the government. You never know why they need it. Anyway, so let me see the last one, because we also have to.
Than another service industry.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think with any business, you have to plan for growth, right? And Mary is going to be talking about the compensation, right? And when do you bring on new members and why, and when are you ready to do that to meet the market need? Some worker cooperatives, an example in the U, don't want to grow, even though the customers demand it. And so in the example of a bakery that's in the area where I live, they were so successful for so many years that their customers wanted, and other people wanted them to grow bigger and bigger. And they said, no, we're good. We are the worker owners and we get to decide. And we're doing well for ourselves, we're doing well in the community. But what we can do is help other worker cooperatives start that are in different areas. And so we'll offer training, we'll offer our recipes, and we'll support with a shared name all these different cooperatives that now are branded together, but they're independent and they're tied together in an association. So they're called the Arizmendi Bakery. And so that's a way to think about growth, is to support other businesses who won't compete against the first business, but you can support growth in a different way. And I think it's one of the best models of growth for worker cooperatives, is instead of having 200 members, you help another cooperative build with 25 or 40, something like that. One more, maybe?
Like the Mount Kenya guides and porters, when you're in that cooperative, you should not go out and now compete individually. So when you join the cooperative, you drop the business we're doing privately and you work in the cooperative. I think that's the only disadvantage I would say.
Okay. There's another disadvantage. Not having a side hustle. So especially when worker cooperatives are getting started and there's not quite enough work, People will hustle to get their own work on the side. That happens in the US in cooperatives as well. And so what you want is everyone to be working together to build the cooperative as the business, rather than having the side gig.
The additional disadvantage for this model is also on the decision making, comparing to a limited company whereby the shareholders who could be few, or even nowadays, you know that we have a sole director company, still. So if you are a sole director, you can make decision by, but for worker cooperatives, you need to make decision as what? As a group. So those are some. But again, on the flip side, you can look at it as an advantage that you cannot make a decision that is not a due diligence not done, looking at input from different members. So it depends on how you look at it.
One of the modules is on effective decision making, and it's thinking about what groups of people within the cooperative are empowered to make certain decisions. Sometimes it's the entire membership, sometimes it's the board, sometimes it's management, sometimes it's in committees. So there are ways to structure decision making so that you don't have to get everyone together to make every decision, especially as you grow. So I think that all of these are real challenges in worker cooperatives. Every business has challenges, right? Every group of people has challenges. So when you decide to form a worker cooperative, you want to go in with your eyes open, right? To know that it's not an ideal, it's not perfect, we're all humans. But you have a value, you have something that you want to do for your livelihood, you want to be with people, and you figure out where you can get support for working through your challenges and how you can grow and develop as a group. So keep asking the questions about the challenges as they come up for you during these days that we have together. Keep asking faculty and Mike and others from global communities and each other, how do you handle that situation, right? So the questions won't, you will, I hope, always have these questions and concerns, but talk about them and learn from each other. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Nasikia ni kama watu hawajakula breakfast. Is there somebody who has not had breakfast? You are sounding like you are not strong. Ama ni baridi. Is it the Nyeri cold? Okay, otherwise I'm delighted to be here this morning, even to join you even as you undertake this training. I was actually supposed to come yesterday, but there was confusion in my diary. I thought this meeting was supposed to be on Wednesday. So I diarized to be here on Wednesday very early. I need to talk with Professor Oboka, and he was telling me, no, it's not Wednesday, it's Thursday. These first 6 cooperatives that have been identified to take part in the training. So thank you, and we appreciate global communities. The Clear Plus project 2023-2028, which aims at advocating for the development of worker cooperatives with a focus on youth employment. Clear Plus promotes cooperative policy reforms and improved business strategies and performance through local business service providers. And I'm very glad to see young people. Are those the artists or the dancers? Are they young people? Are they dancers or artists? Sorry? The artists. Yeah, that's very, very encouraging to see young people. I know there's a lot of talent, and you can really be able to do a lot once you come together and bring your talents together. So we also want to appreciate the Nyeri County government who planned the asked to be considered to host the first training, and they have really come up very strongly, providing officers from the ministry, the cooperative department, And yeah, we really want to appreciate you, and we desire to work with you. We already have an MOU with the county government of Nyeri, and through the MOU, as the cooperative university, we are working together with the Nyeri County on research, capacity building of cooperative officers and cooperative leaders from coffee and dairy cooperatives. We also appreciate the Nyeri County for identifying CUK as a partner in capacity building for the cooperative movement in the county. Also, under the CUK Nyeri County MOU, CUK supported the Nyeri County Ushirika tournament through donation of a trophy and monetary award for the outstanding player in the final match. And this aims at using sports to take the message about cooperatives to the youth. Worldwide, it has been found that the cooperative movement is in the hands of the elderly, and for sustainability, it is very important to get the youth involved, to get the youth in the leadership, to get the youth owning the movement. And so through this, we need to get the message out to the youth out there. And so we really appreciate the Nyeri County for even this initiative. CUK is to continue working with Nyeri County in the football tournament, and is also working with the Nyeri County on the Mount Kenya track improvement proposal, adopting worker cooperatives, and I'm glad that the Mount Kenya guides are here. Being myself an enthusiast in hiking, as Professor Oboka has mentioned, we look to see how we can be able to improve the trail, and also there is a lot of possibility. We have not developed our those tourism options, and if that can be done with the various partners, we have the county government, we have the national government, the Kenya Wildlife Service, and even other partners who can come in to see that we can invest, so that we make this product a very beautiful product, so that we can attract not only international but local people to participate in this, and in a sustainable way, as we take care of the environment, and as we also ensure that we are creating jobs in this country. So I also want to appreciate the organizers of the training, including the worker cooperatives, for guides in the training. And I wish to also congratulate all the participants who are here, who are able to join this training. And as you go to the second phase, I'm told there is a second phase, which is going to take place between, you said? 11th to 15th. Okay, it's going to be here in Nyeri?
Yes.
Okay. Fine, please don't let us mess up with the calendar again. Ensure that we have properly put it in the calendar, so that we can ensure that we are available. And we look forward. We look forward to the output from this training, so that the different worker cooperatives, they can be able now to work and use the potential that they have, which is so great, to make a difference in the various spheres. To their dancers, their construction cooperatives. Yes, who else is there?
Cleaning and moving services.
Training and?
Cleaning and moving
Oh,
services.
cleaning and moving services. Yeah, excellent. A great job. Any other one? Sorry? This table, you are from which? You know, when you invest, they have talked of fundis. There are things that you cannot do as an individual. Maybe you require equipment, machines. You may not be able to purchase them as an individual. But when you have a group together, you can be able to invest together, save together, and procure this equipment. And therefore, you can even now be in a position to take up huge contracts and be able to perform a very good job. So I think there is a lot of potential, and we will be working together with the team at the university to ensure that we can support this group so that at the end of the day, we can be able to see them developing themselves and even changing the way we do things in this country. So with those few remarks, thank you so much for having me, and wish you all the best. Look forward to join you during the graduation. Asante sana.
Actually, that is the meaning of incubation. That deliberate, well-structured process of supporting them through their infancy and various phases of development. That is what I will be doing with them. Thank you so much also for indicating that today, as you leave this place, you will mark on your diary to come and preside over the graduation of these wonderful people. Let us clap for them. And we really look forward to that. Sir, I have seen you have a lot of interest in knowing who they are and what they are doing. Probably we will request you to give us another 30 minutes of your time, sir, so that through the recap of what they went through yesterday, you could have a feel of what it is we are doing with them. So I will ask Victor to take off from there.
Thank you, Prof.
There for 60 years, and we have them in 30 countries. More so, we learned about the mission of the global communities, which is to bring together local and global insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Makofi itakuja baadaye, si ndio? Haya, anything?
Within the circle, agriculture, and Waka Cooperative. Waka Cooperative is a cooperative where it is owned and controlled by workers. Asante.
Asante sana. Okay, you can move to this table. Anything that you learned yesterday? Yes.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, I'm Charles Omon. The thing that we learned yesterday is what I can remember is about the business model canvas, whereby we say that it is a tool used to define a business concept. And then we proceeded to the business, to the building blocks. Yes, whereby we found that they are interrelated. One, you cannot have one without the others.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much. We move to the climbers. Yes.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yesterday we learned that worker cooperative member is a ownership of shares, and she has is a one member, one vote.
The one member, one vote. Yes. You want to say something?
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Yesterday, I also learned about the category that I fall, and I came to see that I'm in a workers cooperative. I do the work, and then the cooperative gives me the money.
Thank you so much.
Yesterday I learned a lot, but I'll mention one thing that I remember about worker cooperatives. Like there are three aspects of worker cooperatives. That is ownership, there is control, and the benefits.
Thank you very much. We can move to the other two.
My name is Victor. What we learned yesterday is learn the different parts or components that support a cooperative, from the cooperative itself to the business and to the environment that supports the business. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now say something.
Peace be with you. Peace be with you. So yesterday we touched on the formation process of our cooperative. We start by forming the cooperative, we plan, we structure, then we register, later we launch.
Okay, thank you so much. Is there anything that you have learned? That you learned? Another chance to, this table. Yes.
Good morning.
Morning.
What I learned yesterday is that a cooperative is, we have 7 principles, which I only list 2, because we give 5.
You can name at least some.
Okay, I can say it is open and voluntary membership, cooperation in cooperatives, 2, acha niongeze ingine, autonomy and independence, alafu money, economic something. Remember economic, participation.
And the reason why we are here?
The reason why we are here.
They are the principles that
education,
training and information.
Training and information, and then the values we have 6, which he has said 6 values, and then we have 4 ethical beliefs, which is kosh. Means the O, openness, S, self-responsibility, social responsibility, H, honesty, the C, caring for others. What I have learned is that a cooperative, if a member is dormant,
that is unique.
A co-worker cooperative, a society, and an association was the same thing.
The workers. Sindio, any other thing that you learned? Haya. Any ilikuwa ni learning or ni relearning, unlearning or relearning? It was only learning, and those 3 modules that you did yesterday, those are foundational units. So on business model, canvas. And today, Cindy Sitati will be taking us through what? That module is on what? Gender issues in cooperatives. So I think we have done well, and so let us prepare to give ourselves power. So tengeneza power. Thank you very much.
A hand clap for Daktari. I can confidently say on the 15th of November there will be people to graduate. Yes, these are people you can see. That young man is narrating these things as if he has been engaging with them for decades, which is a very good spirit. So it means that our facilitators are doing a great job. The enthusiasm you see, it indicates that they will apply the knowledge when they are done. And Prof, you did observe the young people. Yesterday we said they were very happy to join our programs. Certificate, diploma, bachelor's, master's, PhD. And cooperative space, you can come with your background. So we're very happy to have them. Prof. Mongo yesterday said that he had already still signed them. So we really appreciate what we have been able to get from the participants and feedback. Probably, I'm sure you will be leaving, probably you could say bye then we can have a group photo. Then you give it to the agenda you have on your hands.
Programs taking place via virtual training platform, the virtual learning platform, through our Institute of Open Distance and E-Learning. And so I wish to welcome you to be able to join us, and we can be your partner in training. So, and as he mentioned, the admission letters are available. Ukijiandikisha, we will stamp it, we will sign it, and you will become our student. So thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. I look forward to the graduation, and I wish you all the best as you continue in the program. Asante sana.
So we can go for the group photo.
Let's go for the group photo where we took the photo yesterday, so that we can come back and continue.
Someone called Guterres, who said centuries of patriarchy, discrimination, and harmful stereotypes have created a huge gender gap in science and technology. Centuries of what? Patriarchy, sindio? And patriarchy is a system, society or government in which men hold the power and women are largely excluded from it. These are just statistics that show that we have a challenge when it comes to equal representation of men and women, be it at the workplace, in the communities that we are in. And so there's a huge opportunity for all of us to think through strategies in which we can ensure that we have equality. Sindio? And I remember when we started off, one of the facilitators asked the Mount Kenya guides and porters why they do not have women represented in their cooperative. And who remembers the response they gave? Siski? Walishindwa. Yani wanawake hawawezi kupanda mlima. Is that true?
No.
Is it true or it's not true? Not true. It's not true. Someone here says it's not true. Someone says it's true. Someone says it's relative. We're going to know. Today we're going to get the answer for that. And I can see they're not here, but I'm sure they'll join us, sindio? So that we understand, kwani hii kupanda mlima itakuwaje tena ni wanaume peke yake wanaweza panda na wanawake they can't, eh? I hope by the end of this session that can be something that we can get to understand, yeah? So the purpose of today is to increase our understanding of key gender concepts and harmful stereotypes in cooperatives. And what we want to come out of this session with is that we will all be aware of our gender-related values and attitudes, and will recognize harmful stereotypes that hinder gender equality in cooperatives, right? Because we are here in the business of cooperatives. So we are hoping by the end of today, we'll be aware of the gender-related values and attitudes. We've already spoken of one, Cindy, and we'll recognize harmful stereotypes that hinder gender equality in our cooperatives. Now, I know we all have notebooks. We were asked yesterday to carry our books. I want you to write one or two key things that you expect to get out of this session. We've said it's about gender. Regardless of how you understand that topic, just one thing or two things that you hope or you expect to get out of this session. Better parents than men. Why do you agree? Can I see a hand? Can't hear from one person. Last time on that side, now we'll come on this side. Why do you agree that women are better parents than men?
During Kenya more than now the ladies,
I want you to answer why women make better parents than men, because you agree with that statement.
So they are good in nurturing. They are good in nurturing. They are good in now. They are good in nurturing. That's the I'll say.
That's very few percentage. Percentages, yeah, okay. But we agree that men can also be good parents, right? Men are better managers of businesses than women. If you think men are better in business than women, or they can make better business people, Wow, this is interesting, right? Why do you think men are better
just than women? Because we women, we value so many things. Either in our houses, wearing, and tuko na shamba mingi. So in the process, the business goes down.
Do we have men in
No,
it's a yes or no. And do we have those types of women? This is the final one. It is the responsibility of the mother or girl to take children to hospital. If you agree, come on this side. If you disagree, if you agree, come on this side. One class. Are we eager to hear from him? Okay, then we let's hear from him.
This question can cut both sides. So there's two approaches. In terms of taking the kid to the hospital, I can cater for the bill, then you just make sure you accompany the kid to the hospital. And I understand that as a mother, there's that motherly care that you offer, and you understand more. If you leave a man with a kid who is unwell, they'll end up giving him Panadol most of the time.
Sawa. I want each of you to give a round of applause to yourselves as you go and sit. Very good. So we have seen, right, that we all have different attitudes, beliefs, and values, right? Very, very good. So we are going to go through an exercise that's going to help us understand what is gender and what is sex. We've already started talking about it. What is gender and what is sex, right? And to help us in this particular exercise, I hope you can all see my chart here. What is written on here? Woman, right? And I want to ask a question. And I want you to base your answers on these 4 aspects on the wall. The first one is physical, personality, abilities, roles, right? So when you think of a woman, what physical attributes do you think about? Think also of personality, abilities, roles, and we spoke about some of them. So I want to start writing them. Number 1. Anything that comes into your mind when you think about a woman? Yes? Beauty and what? Okay, beauty. Anything else? Remember, look at those physical roles. What do you think women do? You can mention a few.
Personality.
Traits,
After
ability.
beauty, personality.
What personality?
How they carry themselves
said,
and how
what is because that is not the official. That's the at the back there. I want to hear from the back table where my colleague Mike is. Any personality traits or roles of a woman that you know? Okay. So they have ability to get pregnant, right? So pregnancy. Very good. I need more. I need more. Yes, the lady here.
Abilities.
Yes.
A multitasker.
Multitasker. Very good. One more. Yes.
Roles. Performing house chores.
House chores. Okay. Very good. Now, let's go to the man, right? What do you think about when you see man? Remember, physical traits, abilities, roles.
Anaweza baki peke yake. Au kama tu exchange na mwingine hapa. Nadhani ku exchange.
Make sure you see who has your answer sheet. Usipoteze.
Nimechukua ile ilikuwa hapa, so imekuja wapi? Hapa. hapa. Kwa hiyo mtu akonfirm ajue nani anamakia yake. Thank
Very
you.
good, very good, thank you. Oh, ni sex, no. Now we have a clear picture of what gender and sex is, and please take time to go through that answer sheet so that you can get a better understanding. I want us to do a short exercise. Remember, we are coming to the near end of this exercise. And I also want you to think about your cooperatives. This is not just a class of genders, no. We want to understand these concepts so that we start addressing the conversations on gender equity, gender equality, having more women in leadership within our cooperatives, right? One of the things that I'd like to mention is that sometimes because of the gender roles that women have, they are unable to participate in meetings within the cooperative. Is that true or false? Because in the morning, women wake up at what time? For those who are coming from Nyeri. Those who probably have cows they need to milk, or children they need to take to school. What time do you wake up? Because I know you are here. 4:30. What usually is the man doing at that time? Sleeping. That she had to do. And so that's why it's important for us to understand this gender role, so that within our cooperative, we know what is the best time to set meetings when both men and women are there. Because what happens is, because the woman is busy, she's not attending the meeting, na meeting inaendelea, decisions are being made. Will these decisions attend to her needs as a member? No, she's not there. Her voice is not there. But what do we do as cooperatives? We proceed. Tunasema shida yake. Ako wapi? Yet, is what she's doing at home important? It is important, right? And that's why we're talking about equality, equity. We must stop and ask ourselves, where are the members? Tuko wote, kuna training inakuja, iko funded by Democracy at Work or Cooperative University, iko White Rhino. Do we have all our members attending? What happens is people attend, wako hapo, and there are members who are at home, taking care of their children, as we said. More women will be doing that. Halafu hawapati training. This affects your cooperative. It affects your business. It affects how you make money as a cooperative, whether you like it or not. So that's why these issues are so important for us to understand. What are these gender roles? What is this thing called gender? Businesses that have mainstreamed gender within their operations perform better. That is actual research. They perform better than those that don't care. And this is not just a women's challenge, even for the men. There are roles for the men. Ameambiwa school fees, mtoto amefukuzwa shule. So he has to go out there looking for money, or someone is sick, because the society perceives that as a man's role. Weenda hiyo ni ya mwanaume. Wewe ndio unafaa kujua vile. So as he's out there, there are cooperative meetings happening, and he misses out on those, right? So we must be very attentive to this conversation called gender, but we had to start from understanding the concepts. What is gender? What is sex? Tunaanzia hapo so that we can now go into the details of how are we now going to mainstream gender in our cooperatives. Do we have gender policies? Policies that specifically look at the issues that we are facing within our cooperatives, the gender issues, right? Are our members being trained on gender? Some of us feel like it's a non-issue. We don't train, but there are challenges. There are challenges to do with gender-based violence that our members go through, and they don't talk about it because in your business you have not created that space, right? Sexual harassment. Members are going through sexual harassment, for example. Now, a member who has been sexually harassed, when they come to work within the cooperative, will they perform? Will they? Because they are? Yeah. So it's important for us to acknowledge that these challenges are there. When a member gets, for example, sexually harassed, what does he do when he comes to the cooperative? Who do they talk to? Are there those structures inbuilt within the cooperative that allow for members to see their cooperative as a safe space? where they can go to someone and ask questions and say, yesterday I went through this experience. What can I do? That's why cooperatives are social enterprises. Members can go there and get support and help. It's not just about making money, right? You can go there and get support and help where needed. So that's why this session is very important. And it's good for us to understand first the concepts of gender and the concepts of sex, so that we proceed from there. Now I want us to do a small exercise, and I want to ask the ladies to come with their chairs. Wakae hapa mbele. I'm sorry, I don't want you to sleep. So only the ladies come and sit here. Hapa mbele. And I'd like to request the rest of us to be very observant, to listen, no noises, no heckling. Unajua wale notorious kwa darasa. We listen to our sisters as they share their feedback, right? There's no right or wrong answer. These are beliefs, attitudes, and what they and values, right? So, I want to ask them the first question. I we have the mic. What is the most difficult thing about being a woman in Kenya? From your perspective, yes. Carrying pregnancy and giving birth. Someone else?
The fact that you have to multitask.
Multitasking. Maybe we can stick to her for a minute. What are those activities that you have to multitask as a woman that makes it difficult for you to be a woman in Kenya?
For how I see my mom, she has to wash the baby. At the same time, she has to cook. She also has to hang the clothes. Yeah.
Right. Another one?
Being a woman and at the same time to act like a man, because at times you find there are families that have single parents, so you have to act both. So it's difficult.
It's difficult, okay. Last one, the last response on that question, yes. Are we listening or are we? Remember the rules, yeah? We are going to be respectful, we are going to listen, right? Yes? Harassment. She says women go through harassment, and that makes it very difficult to be a woman in Kenya, right? The second question that will go to you with the microphone, right? What do you want to tell men that will help them better understand women? What would you like to tell men that will help them better understand women?
Okay, for me, I would say, I would like to tell men that when you talk about women having mood swings, it's not mood swings, it's all about a science where hormones are involved. It's a whole biology. We have different hormones. We are dealing with estrogen, progesterone. Some of us are even dealing with testosterone. So, yeah.
Thank you. Another one, what would you want men to know to help them understand women?
Okay, fine. When you give birth with a woman, please take care of that kid. Because when you
Thank you very much.
Police officer.
Okay, next. Remember, we are listening. We are not making any noise or comments, right? Next one, what would you want to tell men?
To understand your partner when she is in menstruation, because sometimes she's in.
Please say that again.
To understand your partner the time she's in menstruation period, because sometimes they are in mood, bad mood.
Oh. Thank you for that. Very good. And the men are here, they are listening, right? Final one. Another question I'll ask here. What do you find difficult to understand about men? What is that thing that you cannot understand about men?
For me,
it's when the man is so angry to someone.
She's puzzled when a man is very angry to someone or someone else, right? Kitu ingine? What is that you find difficult to understand about men? Next. I want to hear your voice. Or you understand men? If you do, it's okay, you can pass the microphone. If there's something that unajiuliza na wanaume wako, yeah? What is that? Wanatakanga aje? What is this? Yeah? I want you to share with them. They are here now. They are here now. Proceed.
Okay, what I don't understand about men, it's they demand more of submission, like as ladies to be submissive to them, yet hawafiki hiyo bei ya.
Next, let's hear. They're speaking. They have the floor, right? You'll have your time. You'll have your time. So if you heckle them and make noise, they also do the same to you. Aya, next.
What I don't understand about men, they love being given service. They appreciate acts of service, while they don't like doing it to them. And they make it like it's a duty. You have to do this for me.
Very good. You've understood that, men. Leo. Yeah. Now, on my
thing that we are unable to achieve even today is equality and equity, especially in those opportunities and the benefits that they are today. Yeah.
And we started off by saying it will take how many years? 140. That's what she's talking about, yeah? Who are some of the positive male influences in your life and why? Give us one positive male influence. If there's a man in your life that you feel has positively influenced you as a woman, who is it and why? If you have any. She says she does not have. That's okay. Next.
Personally, I would say my dad.
Yes. What's happening? Yeah? Why are you laughing? You agree?
Yes.
Okay, why your dad? Why your dad?
Because a support system and a present father.
Very good. The father who is a support system and a present father. Men, we are listening, we are hearing, right? Okay, who next? Give us a positive male influence in your life and tell us why you feel this man has influenced you positively.
I would say my uncle, because I've seen how he goes out of his way to make sure his family is catered for, and the extended family members, friends, and he does not judge anybody. So I think he's my mentor in a way.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. One other person?
Okay, I don't know how my answer will be taken, especially.
Don't worry.
Okay.
They'll hear you at least. They'll understand. They'll share.
Okay, so I think in my life, the one positive male attitude, male
influence,
yes, would be. There's a man called Andrew Tate. And there's a man called.
We are listening, we are not. Okay? Your time will come, yes?
Yeah, there's a man called Andrew Tate. And from listening to him, he's positively impacted me because it gives me more motivation to be better and to be more empowered as a woman and to actually appreciate everything all the rights that we've been given right now as women, as a woman. So it has positively impacted my life.
Who is Andrew? You are not married, eh?
You don't have to answer that. But thank you for sharing that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask the final question to the ladies who are doing a great job so far, right? Who are some of the positive female influences in your life and why? I want 2 responses. Positive female influences in your life and why?
My mother. She is a close friend, a mentor, and my support system.
Very good. Another one, a final one?
She is supportive. She'll go to any extent to see her children happy.
Perfect. Thank you.
My first response ni mnataka wanaume wakuwe vulnerable, which is not the nature yenye tumegrow tukijua. You don't want to be vulnerable, you want to be masculine.
Everything, and if you fail even in a bit, you can do 99, but if you fail at that 1%, you're rated at 0.
About me have money in Kenya, kama una do
hauna maana.
Kuna una nguvu na hata dating life yako ni bure. Most of the ladies wamekuwa materialistic. Yani wanaona tu ile kitu uko nayo, ndio maana siku hizi wanaenda wengi kwa baba, alafu ile wanawake kitambo wenye walikuanga loyal.
Let's hear him.
Wenye walikuanga loyal siku hizi, most of the ladies hayuko loyal. Hata kama our mothers, mzee akifanya nini hata mtupa, hata stick naye mpaka mwisho. But wasai
mine is that men out here are really doing their best to make sure that you ladies are well kept. If it's not happening, it's not their fault. It's just that things are not adding up right now.
You know that men's laws are very risky and dangerous.
Very low. Vile naweza sema women wasikuwe na secret bank accounts.
I love politics a little bit.
Okay,
so
are we hearing him? Yes.
I'm saying I love politics kidogo.
Yes.
But I admire Mother Karua, how she goes on about if she wants to achieve something, she makes sure that she will get it, and she doesn't shy away from saying the truth, even if it will not benefit her directly. I like her. The motivation.
The impact of the mother in our lives more than our fathers. And my mother is that woman who have gone to extra miles, who have been going to extra mile to see all of us grow, get education, go to higher places. She has been there. So I think the influence of my mom, and also she has taught me so much on how to take care of women, again, to take care of my wife. And that support, I think it has really helped me also to shape my family. So, yes.
I would want to hand over first to you. Probably if you have an issue or something you might want to pass to the participants, or some remarks even from Global Community Director, will later on hand it over to Professor and to the CEO. I think we can follow that procedure, then we can wrap it up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And,
So keep telling us your concerns, your learnings, so that we can make the best possible incubator, not just for you, but for all the future potential customers. It might be to potential members. It might be to request financing. It's up to you to decide who your target audience is. But we will be asking you to pitch to us, right, what your cooperative makes, sells, the services, your value proposition, why you're a worker cooperative and why that should matter, right? And also what you think you're going to need from this person or this organization. So be thinking about that. We'll help you get that set up. But you can start to think now that, oh, I'll have 5 minutes. As a group, you'll have 5 minutes to make a pitch to us, and we will give you responses and feedback that will support you to make your pitches even better. This is a safe place for you to practice. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for all your time and attention and care.
I want to re-emphasize what Mike said. You have that WhatsApp platform that was open for this forum. Kindly use it to share your progress. Tumesikia wengi you are not registered. Any step that you make, it's important that you share with others so that we use that platform, we share our progress, we share our challenges. Because all the parties are in that group. We have global communities, we have CUK, we have DAWI, all the cooperative officers are there. So in case you have any challenge, we can use that platform to sort them before we meet for the next forum. We had mentioned yesterday that we are in collaboration with CUK, and therefore I want to request tumpigie makofi professor. Akikuja mpaka afike hapa.
Bwana George, representing the county government of Nyeri in this session. Other officers of the county government of Nyeri and the county government of Nairobi, participants from the different cooperatives represented here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ndugu George, thank you for making it to this closing ceremony. We were aware that you have been with the team from the county in Naivasha for an exercise involving the county and other counties across the country. That you found time this afternoon to be with us, we don't take that for granted. We have been here, this is the second day, as an orientation of the worker cooperatives incubator. I'll look at it as a program. And this has brought together participants from cooperatives, as Peter has said, here in Nyeri and Nairobi County, and officers from the same. We take it at the Cooperative University at very high level that this is important for us, and our role as a university mandated to contribute to the cooperative movement, we take this with a lot of seriousness. As a result, sir, yesterday the forum was opened by Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of academic, cooperative development, research and innovation, Professor Isaac Nyamongo. We had the attendance of the Vice Chancellor himself, Professor Kamau Ngamau, just to reinforce and emphasize that the university takes this partnership between us and global communities and DAWI, which is running this, and the partnership between the Cooperative University and Nyeri County at that level.
Thank you, sana, Professor. Hamjambo. Why are you looking like you are worried? Let me assure you, from where I stand, the nation of Kenya is stable. Let me also assure you that the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, is still recuperating, and he is stable. Let me also confirm to you that until and when the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya swears in a new DP, the current DP remains. The governor of Nyeri, His Excellency Mutahi Kahiga, has just been to the hospital right now. I've just seen him post that it will be well. So the deputy president is doing very well. Sometimes civil societies, I worked with civil societies and NGOs and government institutions and public officers. And most of the time they say, I am apolitical. I don't involve myself in politics. I'm a professional, blah, blah, blah. They talk and talk and talk until the cows come home for milking. But I want to assure you from where I stand that as a public officer, I'm deeply involved in politics. Because you can't divorce politics from a person. Every time you talk about resources, every time you talk about positions, every time you talk about youth unemployment, you are basically talking about politics. That's what I was taught at Marquette University in Wisconsin, when I attended as a young person to be trained in youth leadership, in governance and democracy. So for me, I never shy away from participating in politics. Because every time you put in place people who do not understand the problems facing people, and then they deal with their own personal problems, it means that your issues will never be addressed. So it is unfortunate that we are where we are today because of such leadership. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, my name is George Mwangi, currently the Chief Officer, Department of Trade, Cooperatives, Culture, and Tourism. It's quite mouthful. But I've changed my name. I'm just working on it right now. Soon, my official name will be Mwagi Box. So every time you go to the website and to the Facebook and you see Mwagi Box, this is the man. Most of the time you see me on TV. Today you're seeing me live. You don't even make an effort to shake my hand because you are now facing the actual man. Let me start by saying that for somebody like Rebecca, who is probably coming to Nyeri, I don't know whether this is the first time, or you came the other time to climb the mountain, so this is maybe a second or third time, where we are holding this workshop is a historical place. Most of you don't know. People who don't know their history can never progress. This is where a book was written by one James Fox. It was called White Mischief. This White Mischief thing happened in the 1940s. This was the theater where that book was written. The old white rhino, this is the new wing. There's the old wing there. This is where all the white colonialists used to meet and do their thing here. That issue you hear of wife swapping and all those things happened here in the 1940s. It's nothing new, by James Fox. So welcome to the land of heroes, heroines, and legends. For those who come from Nairobi, this is where Dedan Kimathi Washuri came from. As a county, we have already done a monument for him about 24 kilometers from here, where he was shot and captured. This is the land of Mwai Kibaki, the third president of the Republic of Kenya. I'm not off topic. This is the land of Professor Wangari Maathai, the Nobel Peace Laureate. I think the second African woman to earn such a prestigious award. This is the land of other great heroes who fought for independence. General Keidoki, who is now wallowing in poverty in his twilight years, General China, and this is the land of Governor Mutahi Kahiga, this is the land of Governor Derito Gachagua, this is the land of Mwangi Box. So welcome for those who are not there. As a county government, we are taking this matter very seriously. Why they call Mwangi Box a performer? I didn't know they called me a performer until I went to somewhere and a young person said that they say that you are a performer. Why we are a performer is because we work with my director and our employees as a team. And we give them leeways to come up with solutions to community or social problems. And debauchery is one of the things. When I ran in this department some 4 years ago, I found people saying there was a project called debauchery. It was coming in the budget and going. Nobody would defend it. Today as we talk, we have already completed the debauchery tourism site. It's a circuit. Go there. It is a staircase, basically, taking you all the way to a waterfall where you will find that the Mau Mau used to fight. You have done the same with Kahigaine. Why? And I'm happy, Professor, because you said that this is the first incubator training that you are bringing in Kenya that you are doing in Nyeri. It's because of our commitment. We are always number one. Even in KDSP, we are always number one. For 3 consecutive years, we were number one. This department has, for 3 consecutive years, courtesy of these officers at the Mwangi Box, number one in performance management. So it is not a mistake that you are here, Mike. It is by right that you are here. I'm happy with the health cooperative to see that they are still here now, a month or so after we held a meeting at FK. We are watching you. We are banking on you to make Nyeri to be the top county by making the worker cooperative work. Bring more members. I told you that you have the potential of opening a whole hospital on your own because you bring all calibers of health officers to be in the same hospital. Pediatricians, dentists, I don't know, gynecologists, all those guys. And you start small, but you act now, and it is going to pass. And as long as Mwangi Box is here, and he can't always be here, take your time to take advantage. There will come a time when a CEO doesn't understand what is a worker cooperative. For me, I attended that training you had. Rebecca was my lecturer. I have also seen the other lecturer who was there. How are you, sir? Whatever cooperative it is you belong to. Mount Kenya Tour Guides was the first worker cooperative that was trained even before I came. And we have been to the mountain now, I think how many times? Several times. The Kiondos, the women from Mokoroine, we are already doing a specialized market at Kericho. And I personally say that you need to get a stall there to sell your Kiondos to the tourists as they pass going to Nanyuki. So wake up, smell the coffee. Prepare these things in large numbers. We'll give you a stall there so that once tourists pass by, you are able to pass. And we will not charge you for giving you. And the director, we know the training we are going to do with the Cooperative University for the leaders. We'll also include these people, the leaders, at least by the powers conferred on me by the County Government Act of 2012. I think section 43 or thereabouts. I want you to nominate a person from each of these cooperatives, even if they are not yet fully formed, to attend that training, so that they can also feel appreciated. So get somebody from the Boshe, get somebody from the Mukoroine, get somebody from Foodies. The Foodies, get somebody from there, get somebody from Mount Kenya. Let them attend, even the chair or whoever. Attend what we deal with other cooperatives, big cooperatives, so that you can also have an idea of where we are coming from. The worker cooperatives is an idea whose time has come. And Rebecca has, I think, during her training, I wasn't there, but what she did to us in Nairobi is an idea that has started somewhere else in the globe, but it is an idea whose time has come. And why we love the worker cooperatives as opposed to other cooperatives, because it is a source of employment for our people. You employ yourself, you get a salary, and you also get dividends. And you run the organization yourself without any interference. So look at it that way. You'll find that a lot of people are lying idle with talent, like the Foodies. We are always looking for what do you think would happen if you have your own cooperative, complete with an office saying, ask for a plumber, ask for an electrician, ask for a mason here. And you know it's an office, so people will take office seriously. So if something goes wrong, I can always come back to your office and tell you, oh, the guy who did my water, he stole something, and you can be able to take action. So that's what it means. The nurses. There was even another one that you were supposed to start, I don't know how far we are, Monica, of the nannies. What happens if we get women, young women, who are not employed? We start sort of kindergarten, not necessarily to learn, but just to hold kids for the middle class as they work. They drop them here, they go to work, they pick them there, you have taken care of them, they have eaten, you have changed their diapers, they have played, you teach them a few things. What happened to that one? That's a potential. Let me tell you, if you have that kind of a thing where people can drive in, drop their kids, go to work, those women will be employed fully. They will not even want anything else. Because every program we start, and I alluded to this as COK, every program we start as a government or as an NGO must be geared to solving a certain problem. If it doesn't start solving any problem, what is the purpose? It must solve a problem, and usually a social problem. So I want you to keep on thinking about that. I've had that session of Tindi of the gender equity. I found that bit and I loved it. I wish I was here before. Because what it does is it opens young people's mind and shows them that now times have really changed. These days they must have the account. What I normally tell young officers when they come, when I'm inducting them, I tell them, have 3 or 4 accounts. One is yours. That one hata yeye asijue. Na yeye pia afunze fungue yake. Sio ni sawa? Alafu mfungue ingine pamoja ya miradi. Na mnasonga. Because mamake, her mother will still ask for something and she doesn't want to ask you. She'll go to her account, get some money and give her mother. And most of the resources will be directed to her relatives. And you can't do anything about that. So let us have that one. There are some guys in town here. I don't know whether that is the Uris or Kimamos, the guys who are taking photos in town. You see them, that's an industry. It was even in the Standard. You remember the other day they were arrested. I think I don't know which big shot they stepped on. And I had to go to the police station to, Iwame is the one who actually called me. I had to leave a game. Remember the day I came for the game there. I had to go and get them out of the police, and we sat down and we agreed. We want them to develop an industry around that, photography, videography, around town. Why don't we also approach them, Mahome, and make them into a worker cooperative? The potential here is limitless. Yeah. And then they start taking those photos. They charge people. They take very nice photos. Even me, because I want to vie to be the member of parliament for Nyeri Town in 2027. That's why I'm taking my best shots. I go there, they take my shot, I post it, saying, meeting my people. And I'm not meeting nobody. I'm just passing. So that is something we can do. I've talked about the people who want to work with government. Then you need to learn how to work with the government. And basically, I think, I don't know whether we have anybody from Trade Directorate. Yes. And yeah, we have him. So we need to teach the young people how to do business with the government. How does the organization now fit the bill to be able to trade with us, the procurement system? So he is there. Come, let's talk. If you want to clean in government, you can't just clean as a self-help. You need to be a company or something. A cooperative can be able to trade with the government. It's a legal entity. So come, we show you how do you get pre-qualified. Then how do you bid? Then how do you get that job? We have a culture center there. You can be cleaning for us. Tumesoma sana, si ndio? Nasikia mtu akisema tumesoma. The church I go to is called the Presbyterian Church of East Africa. We have a very powerful women organization called the Women's Guild. And they are always attending seminars all over the place. And when they come on Sunday to our church, we ask them, so where were you? They say, you are in Mombasa, Wargate. Is it called Wargate? Wargate. So what did you learn? They say, oh, we really learned. We learned things. So what did you learn? We learned a lot of things. So what things? We really learned. But never tell us what they actually learned. So please, whatever you have been able to learn, go and put it into practice. Every communication makes a demand. True or false? Yeah. And the teachers have communicated. So they are making a demand on you so that you can be able to help. Professor, as I said, and I also want to say to Dawi and the others and the global communities, the way to save this country is to be able to connect research, knowledge, training in solving people's problems. Research on its own, knowledge on its own, training on its own, as a standalone, without being connected to solving a particular problem is useless. And I like the way Dawi has now incorporated this course at CUK. Through the experience that you have collected now, Rebecca, you need to keep on perfecting that course. Same with Professor. Perfect it. Let now be domiciled at Cooperative University. Then anybody will come and study, including, I have been telling my director here, and most of the time he tells me, that let's do a case study and put it as a record for somebody else to read when we are gone. We have coffee wars all the time. Farmers are raising against us because of the rates. I don't know what. So why don't we document that? You can even share with the professor there. He'll make it part of the lesson at the university so that students who are learning at the university, even before they hit the ground, they know what to expect at the ground. So I want to stop there. I can go on and on. There are only 3 people who are not to speak like me. The first one is Fidel Castro, the former president of Cuba, who spoke for, Fidel Castro spoke for 7 hours at the UN until everybody slept. And I have ever spoken for 4 hours myself until the chicken came home to roast. So I don't want to continue on and on. But I want to assure the global communities, we really appreciate you. We really appreciate you. Sometimes NGOs sit in Nairobi and they spend money on trainings. I'm having a quarrel with my team. I'm telling them money spent on trainings must commensurate with the money, with the output at the ground. So you are my student. We thank you for really being able to sponsor this. And we would request you also to, that is a request we will make, we want you to train my trade officers as well. Because we have realized that trade and cooperatives are probably just the 2 sides of one coin. Because cooperative is also a business. Dawi, Rebecca, thank you very much also for translating this knowledge into something practical. The day we have our working worker cooperatives in Nyeri, 4 or 5 of them, and when we do their arithmetic, they have employed 200, 300, 500 people. That time I'll be a member of parliament, I'll be able to remember you. And I'll make a statement in parliament of what we did when we were on the other side of the world. Cooperative University is good. You remember we came to you because we tried other universities, and we decided that if you are the cooperative university, then you are the right people. That's why we came to you. And we have given you a deal this year, which I think it's worth about 3 million. Next year we are going to do the same. If from what we get, and you know I'm the CEO, I'm the accounting officer. I say it doesn't happen there, it doesn't happen there. But I'm sure it is going to happen. I like the way we are moving, and we'll move forward. I want to give the apologies of my CEC, Madam Diana Kedi, who could not make it. We were there in Naivasha. She had to rush for another meeting. For me, I had to rush here because of other issues. And therefore, I knew what was happening. We have had that communication with the professor. It is in my email. I knew you were here. And I knew I needed to come. See you on Saturday. So I want to stop there. Wish you all the best, even the people from Nairobi. We want to thank you for coming. Maybe, I don't know how far you have gone. Maybe you are ahead of this or you are at the same level. Share notes. And keep visiting. Our trainers, thank you. So now you are trainers. You are real trainers now. Now you are not lecturers at the university. And for those who have never been to the university, kama yule mzee alituambia anataka kuongea kwa Kiswahili. Sasa mtu asikutishe. Waambie umetoka course from Cooperative University of Kenya that was being taught by Professor Bob and others. So now you have a degree. You have a whole right to say that sasa wewe ni mtu akona degree. Mtu asikutishe. Sindio? Even the others who have never been to a university. Now just say, if somebody has not even asked you, just tell them, I've just come from the university. Which university? Cooperative University. Wakiwa na other donors, they were training us about worker cooperatives incubation, blah, blah, blah. Ah, yeah. And so what do you... That's how you make your name. So with those few remarks, I want to thank you, all of you, and also officially close this workshop. Asanteni, Mungu awabariki. Thank you so much.